So in this video, we're going to create a new business in just 24 hours. But there's a catch. Like I said, we only have 24 hours, but we have access to good internet, okay? Wi-Fi is not a problem here. So we have access to good internet, we have a very good laptop or a mobile phone, anyone is fine. But we don't have a lot of money, okay? In fact, we only have 50,000 naira to set up this business. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. We're going to set up something like this. So let's get started. Now in this video, I'm going to show you 6 steps on how you can create an online business in just 24 hours. In this same video, we're going to get our first customers and we're going to make those first customers repeat customers. Now for step 1, the question we're answering here is, what do you sell? There are many ways to answer this question, but I'm going to help you. We only have 2 options. Either we sell a physical product or we sell a digital product. But remember, we only have 50,000 naira. So a physical product is kind of out of it. Because most times when you sell physical products, you have to buy the product, test it, make sure it's of good quality, and then use that to create content, all those long things. Sometimes you have to also send that same physical product to your family and friends. I beg them to make content for you. 50,000 naira might not cut it. Again, it's possible, but it's stressful. And we only have 24 hours. So let's just create a digital product, okay? Now, the second step is for us to identify what digital product to sell. And before we identify what digital product to sell, I want to show you a way that you can identify what digital product you can sell. Not me, I already know what I'm going to sell. I'm going to show you in this video. But I want to show you some sort of framework or strategy you can use to identify it, okay? I'm going to create a scenario for you. When I was younger, I used to have a dog called Bruno. Now, whenever I wanted to give Bruno food, I used to drive to a restaurant near me in the evenings and give somebody in the restaurant between 500 and 700 naira, and they would give me a bag. Now in that bag was the waste, so bones that people didn't finish eating, rice that was remaining on the plate, again waste from the food that was cooked or sold that day. I will take that same food, I will make a few other things and then give that to Bruno. Okay, good. Now for that restaurant, what I bought for 500 to 700 naira is just a waste. They don't need it. Okay, however, for me and Bruno, that waste is very, very important for us. When you're thinking of digital products and you want to launch something very fast, you need to identify that remnant in your using the word remnant is not right, but hope you get the analogy. Find that thing that to you is not as important or useful, but it is going to be important and useful to other people. Okay, now let me use my own example. In my own example, I'm going to create templates, digital business templates, okay? Now, when it comes to digital products, there are multiple options. You have templates, that's what I'm going with. You have courses. Again, I have the EMBA program. I didn't build that in 24 hours, but that's also a digital product. You have ebooks. I have an ebook. I created my ebook in less than 24 hours, actually, but I have an ebook. You have media kits if you are a graphic designer or something like that. You have lots if you're a video editor. Lookup tables, that's the long meaning of lots. These are things I regularly buy from a lot of people, right? All these are some form of digital products. Now for step 3, it's time for us to create your digital product. Now, when it comes to creating a digital product, honestly, there are so many different ways you can do it. So many different ways. I'll give an example. For my templates, what I create is a Canva template link, right? That's what I use to sell my digital products. Some people, they use WeTransfer. Some people, they use Google Drive. They upload certain things and they use Google Drive. Again, let me use another example. Let's create a digital product for a YouTube media kit. So what does this mean? This is a digital product for YouTubers, content creators, things like that. Now, it is specifically for people on YouTube. That's why it's called a YouTube media kit, okay? Sounds like I'm saying YouTube too many times. Anyways, so what's in here? You have your, what's it called? This subscribe button, for example. This can go into a YouTube media kit. I can't tell you guys how long it took me to find this particular subscribe button, okay? You can put it in there. The sounds. So right now, I'm going to put some certain sounds. You hear pop. You hear click. You hear whoosh. You hear boom. Then you hear one of my favorite sounds. Cha-ching. That's it. So I'll probably put that there. you know, you can put all of this into a YouTube media kit and then just stack it up. So for example, for sounds, you put that into a particular folder. For subscribe buttons, put that into a particular folder. Overlays, frames, whatever it might be, fonts, text, whatever, you can put that into a folder and then create a Google Drive link and put that into a Google Drive link. Or you can create a WeTransfer link and send it to people when they purchase. Depending on what you are working with, you have to find a way to create your digital products. All right, so we finished creating our digital product, right? Congratulations. Time for us to make some money. So you typically have 3 options. Option 1 is you just start, you know, sending people messages via DM, cold emails, stuff like that. Now for option 2, I've spoken about it a lot, but there are a lot of free digital storefronts to work with. You have the Paystack storefront. I talk about how to set this up in my MBA program. You have the Flutterwave storefront. You have Seller. I use Seller to sell quite a few things. Bumper is also a free version you can use. Yes, so you have Paystack storefront, Flutterwave storefront, Seller, and I believe Bumper. You can use Bumper as well. So let's go to option 3. Option 3 is currently my favorite, but selling to Nigerians with this option is a bit tricky because the option, it charges you in dollars. So yeah, I'm earning in Naira. It's a bit tricky, and the dollar is doing jiggy yaga. For example, at the beginning of the year, my cost for this platform was pegged at 1,550 Naira. That was my cost. As of recording this video, dollar is 1,620 Naira. And only God knows what is going to end up at the end. So this one is a bit tricky, but I'll still tell you what the option is and I'll tell you why. So my Canva template is hosted on this particular platform. And the reason why is, again, you can see how this looks. This looks like a very professional website. It looks engaging. It looks exciting. You know, I'm showing you something and you're like, wow, okay, this definitely stands out from what you are used to, because obviously it does, okay? But this is Shopify, by the way. But like I said, they charge in dollars and it's like $27 a month. Although, remember, you have 50,000 Naira, right? Good. Your first 3 months with Shopify, you typically pay $1 a month. However, your domain cost is about, I think, $16 to $20. So 20 times, yeah. So your 50K is almost gone with this method. But again, it gives you that professional look. There are a lot of editing things I can do here where I couldn't do it on another platform if I wanted to work with that other platform. Step 5, how do we get customers to buy this product? Fantastic. Now, this is the most important step. If you get this step, you would not stop making money. Again, in any business, this is the one step that they use to stand out from all their competitors. So if you get this step, you are in money. Repeat after me. Unbelievable offer, unbeatable price. Unbelievable offer, unbeatable price. Let me say it again. Unbelievable offer, unbeatable price. That's what you need to focus on. And what I mean by that is, whatever you are selling as a digital product, you need to make it unbelievable. They need to look at it and be like, huh? This is ridiculously good, right? This is something that is amazing. I want this. Unbelievable offer. Unbeatable price. As the name implies, the price has to be ridiculous. And I'll give you an example. You know my Canva templates? Fantastic. Each one gives you access to a minimum of 35 square posts. Those posts, you can use it for your ads, you can use it for your social media, you can use it for your carousel. Okay? Good. Alongside all of that, I also have a series of Facebook ad tutorials that you can run. You can watch and then go and start running tutorials for yourself, for your business, all inside this Canva template. And all this is at a price at the moment, I think it's $3.5 or something ridiculous like that. So you see that price point is ridiculous. Again, I don't know how else to explain it to you, but that's exactly how you create an unbelievable offer at an unbeatable price. Now for the final step, you already have your first set of customers. Congratulations, okay? Good. How do we make those first set of customers repeat customers? Very, very good. whatever it is you decide to create, if you created templates like I did, at some point, there's going to be a version 2.0. There's going to be a version 3.0. There's going to be a version 4.0. The good thing is, if you went with option 2 or option 3 when you created your platform, you have access to the details of these people. So you have their email address and maybe their phone number, depending on how you set up your checkout pages. So when version 2 is ready, when version 3 is ready, all you need to do with some of these platforms, depending on the one you pick, you can literally just get their emails, just export it. Normally you can export the email addresses as a CSV, put that in your mail service provider, get a, what's it called now? Get an email prompt or a good email that you can get from ChatGPT. Don't stress too much with these things. Make some edits that you need to, and then fire that email. Now let me give you some examples of companies that do this fantastically well. So there are these guys, contentcreator.com. These guys have a lot of amazing courses. The next one is these guys called Motion VFX. These ones, they sell media templates, they sell lots for editing, things like that. Then there's some other guys called 4Editors. These ones, they have this ridiculous bundle offering that I think you can get almost 500 or 500 plus designs for one price. Like those guys, that unbelievable offer, unbeatable price, they are another very good example. And obviously, there is this my platform that I built in just 24 hours, ojadigital.com, right? Now, if you enjoyed this video and you are looking for how to build a physical product business, maybe you don't want to build a digital product business, watch this video here. In this video, I talk about how I actually built a physical product business in 90 days.